Whoa, and hello guys, welcome to the Queer Plus Team channel, as you may know by now. My name is Valentine and this week's topic is coming out, which basically a lot of YouTube channels have done, but I recommended to do it because, well, we already did the how I found out and it matches well, but also, you know, it's a topic that you can never talk enough about, and everybody has a different experience to share, and even I have like 3 or 4 different experiences, and yeah, well, so let's get started with the first part of my coming out, which was to my friends, which as bisexual at the time, now pansexual. It was pretty simple. It was just like, yeah, cool, I'm into girls, and they were like, okay, good, alright. And I don't even remember how it came out. It was just in the middle of a conversation, and it was pretty fine. So they were all pretty tolerant. I've always looked at my friend group, I've looked into people that were cool with everything and like really chill and not homophobic or transphobic or something like that. So yeah. And when I came out to my mother, I think I came out to my mother next, was either to my mum or to YouTube at the time, because I had another channel before this where I uploaded like 4 videos in total. Oh, hi cat. And in one of them I was talking about tolerance, and I was like, yeah, I'm bisexual, so fuck it, and all that kind of talk. And somebody from my school, not somebody from my school found it, a friend of mine that wasn't from my country, talked about it on my Facebook page, like about another video of mine, and everybody found the channel and looked at the video. It was a lot of gossip, and it didn't end up too well altogether. Like, many people were being stupid about it, and I don't know, kind of, like, they were more stupid about the YouTube channel than about me being, like, bisexual, pansexual. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. From 1 or 2 guys I heard, ew, lesbo, but they weren't even, like, really threatening about it. They were just being stupid. I've had banter with those guys going on ever since, like, year 5 or 6. Now, with one of them, it was even in, like, it was even in elementary school. Yeah, I've always thought he was a douche, so sorry, there was no difference. Of course he'd insult me. He also insulted me because of my blue hair. I insulted him back because he was stupid. So that's basically it. It wasn't all too bad. Then I came out to my mom, crying at the time, not because I thought it was so hard to come out, but more because of the situation, and we were very distant at the time, and I told her she wasn't even really paying attention to me but to everything else, and that she hadn't even noticed that I was falling in love with my best friend who was a girl, and that it was a big deal for me. And that's how I came out to her, which is not the best idea, to be honest. Do not come out to anyone in an argument or that way, because it's not that great. There's gonna be a lot of angry tension in the air, and it's not that good of a moment to come out. It worked for me, but yeah, it's not too great. Coming out to my dad was really strange too. Like, I don't even know. It was just like, I tried to tell him once or twice, but he didn't even realize, and I think he didn't even get that I was into girls too until I said I had a girlfriend. Pretty much, I think. That's it. He pretty much didn't acknowledge it. Even if he realized it, he was just like, nope, not happening. And yeah, so that's it. Now to get over to the coming out as trans experience, the first people I told were, once again, people on the internet. Basically, that was all I could do at the time. I was like, out to my internet friends, out to some other friends, that then out to my other friends, and before I came out to my mom, I didn't even know. Yeah, I didn't know what to do. I thought around for a long time how to tell her. I've looked at videos like this on the internet, wanted to see what people did, and yeah, then I decided to write my mom a letter in the middle of the night and leave it for her to see it in the morning when I would be still asleep over the holidays. And yeah, when I woke up the other day, she had written me a letter back. I written her a page long letter about how I couldn't stop hiding that anymore and how I wanted her to see who I really am because I love her. And as I already mentioned, she wrote a letter back telling me that she just wanted me to be happy and to be fine with who I am and to be okay, and that she'll support me whatever I do. And yeah, it was a nice experience. What can I say about it more? My mom tries her best, as she puts it. She isn't too great at using the right pronouns yet. But the best experience I've had with her is that when we were out visiting some friends, like, well, not friends, more of like acquaintances, people we know somehow, but people who don't really know me all too well and stuff. And a friend of hers just knows she has a daughter and a son, and yeah, so she asked her, "Oh, did you bring your son today?" And my mom was just like, "Yeah, he's turning 17 now," and that's the best experience I've ever had with her, to be honest. And yeah, when I later got together with them and stood around there saying one or two things, the other woman looked at me like, but questioning, like, "Oh, really?" Didn't really question it. She was just looking kind of confused, but she just accepted it, apparently, because she didn't really protest against it. Like, ask, "Oh, so you brought your daughter too," or something. That's what she didn't do. And yeah, then I decided to come out to my father by telling him personally when I was around with him, because I don't know, I wanted to do it myself and not have my mother tell him, because I don't know, I thought that would make him kind of upset that I told her before him. And once again, I was worried about telling him, like, because I know he isn't the most accepting person when it comes to not being cishet, because he wasn't raised this way. He wasn't raised to be accepting, and yeah, he was raised in a very Christian household, like a very Catholic household. One day I decided to just tell him when I was visiting him, and yeah. So it ended up us sitting on the couch and me just saying, "Well, Dad, I have to tell you something. I don't really identify as a girl. I see myself as more of a man, and I would prefer it if, like, you were to use male pronouns with me and not female ones, and call me your son instead of your daughter." And I was very shy about it, but he didn't react as badly as I thought he would. It was quite cool, to be honest. The only thing he said is, "Whoa, where does that come from now?" And I was like, have you looked at me over the last 2 years, maybe? Like, except for my, I have to be a girl if I just wear girls' clothes, I'm a girl phase. I've really mostly worn guy clothes for like 3 or 4 years now. And yeah, it's not that surprising that I'm coming out as trans. Like, I didn't have the typical trans childhood, so yeah. And so that was a coming out with my dad. He later told my mom he was like angry she didn't warn him and stuff, and I was like, I wanted to tell you myself, shut the fuck up. So that was that, basically. And I'm not fully out now. Like, I'm out to some of my friends. My one friend's mum was very accepting of me. Like, her sister is a lesbian, and they kind of joked around, like, my friend joked around with me and another friend of, yeah, we could set you up, and I'm like, no, I have a girlfriend and I don't think I'm your sister's type. And she was like, why? You have blue hair, you pretty much like her from personality and that. I was like, yeah, but she's a lesbian and I identify as a guy. That was over voicemail, and her sister was listening to that too, which I didn't know at the time, but I was fine with it because her sister is a lesbian and she's really accepting of everything. And yeah, so they asked me if, I told them I'd rather be named Valentine, and they asked me if I want male pronouns too, and it's really cool. They do it all the time when, like, we're not out in public, or when we're out in public, they do it silently. And my mother greets me with a hug and a quiet "Hey Valentine" when we're out, and it's really cool. Those are the most accepting people I've ever met, and it's just, I don't know, I really like them. I came out to my other friend, my best friend since basically ever. I think we met each other like only a few days after my birth because he's half a year older than me, and yeah. Besides my brother, my mother, and my dad, he's been the person who knows me the longest. And I came out to him the same way I came out to my other friend, but it just, like, he met that girl, and I told him, yeah, his sister was joking about setting me up with her, but I'm not really her type. And he was like, why? And I was like, yeah, because she's into girls, and I'm a boy. Like, I see myself as a boy. And he was like, oh, okay, cool. And I was like, wait, what? You're pretty chill with that. I thought you'd be more intolerant with your group of friends. I was like, no, why? I've got trans friends, and it's fine. And a few days later, like a few days, and like nearly a month later, was it a month? No, I told him that on the first Friday of May, and on the 23rd or something, this weekend, we were out on a yearly festival in our town every May, and we were going on like one of the cool things that you can drive there, and I was talking to him like, yeah, you know, when I told you that, and he was like, yeah, so would you still like me, like, if I were to go by the name of Valentine, would you call me that? And he was like, yeah, sure. And he didn't do it out in public yet, but yeah, I'm gonna see if he does it like in private, if he remembers to do it, and or if he just thinks it was a rhetorical question. So far, everyone I met was fine with it, and I'm gonna be going to like get into my transition soon, because I asked my psychologist to check out if she can do anything, and she gave me a number which I've been too afraid to call right now because I hate phones. I literally hate phone calls. It's ridiculous. Doing it at work for me was so stressful. I fell into bed after that day and was just done. And yeah, she recommended some people to me and said they could also help me with like trying to find someone, either if I wanted someone else to do my like, you know, you need to have a psychologist talk to you first. Like, the literal translation of the German word is accompanying therapy or something like that. Accompanying, that word's wrong. I don't know the translation. And yeah, so I could either do that with her or with someone who's more into the topic, and she's doing me great help with that, and it's awesome. And yeah, oh, by the way, I came out to my psychologist first thing when I went there. Like, she asked me my name, and I was like, my birth name or the name I go by, because it's kind of complicated. I was born with that name, but I go by the name of Valentine because I'm trans. And you were like, yeah, okay, good, great. I'll call you Valentine then. And just asked me if I already had like written that down on my legal papers, and I was like, no, still need to do that, still need to get into my transition and stuff like that. And she's been educating herself on the topic and being really cool, basically. And since I really need to get going in some time, because I'm gonna visit my girlfriend and hang out with her and some friends, I need to finish that video now and roll it up, and we'll see each other next week with a new topic. I hope you like it. I hope it comes out on point this week. Might be a bit late because I can't like check on the upload every 2 seconds. But yeah, I hope you're okay. I hope you're having a great day, and see you next week.